And welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a twin flame energy check, which means we are looking at collective and spiritual energy. We're going to start by just kind of taking a look at the periphery, and then we'll pull messages in as we go. If it feels right at the end, I will read a passage from a book. So today we've got The House of Seven Gables. I have found that when you pair novels with tarot, the messages that come through in the books are pretty weird and uncanny. So we're going to do that again today. It may result in kind of deepening into the message or just leaving with you a few words to take with you. So the twin flame energy check. Again, we're looking at spiritual energy in this. So it's not a relationship reading per se, but it is a love reading. So take from that what you will. I just got that that's going to land very differently for a lot of people too, but that's okay. That's why we're here. Let's see. We have the Four of Swords and we have the Five of Swords in reverse. We have the Sun. The Queen of Cups. Two of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. I'm sorry, that's the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Swords. What I'm getting right now is that people haven't really seen you in a while. I feel like you've been real deep in there with something and it feels a little bit heavy, but there's a bright spot here, so hang with me. What's the message from the counterpart? Flowers gain more vibrant colors. Let's take a look. What's going on with our twin flames today? Amusement, very erotic energy. Okay. So, people haven't seen you in a while. I feel like you've been in a little bit of a rough place with something. We have the Two of Swords coming up, and there's the reversal here of the Five of Swords coming up over the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So, there's something that's been on your mind, and again, we're kind of on the periphery right now, so we'll get some clarity as we go. But I don't know if you're struggling with, it feels a little bit like guilt or shame around something. But what I am getting is that it is undue guilt or shame. I feel like you're internalizing something. And now you're left with a feeling where you've been isolating a little bit, but that everyone is waiting for you to come back out and that no one is expecting you to carry this the way that you've been carrying it. We have the Queen of Cups here coming up over the King of Swords, and this feels like something that's been reflected, again, energetically. We're looking at the energetic aspect of the twin flame connection, where you almost are hearing these voices in your mind. They're sounding a little bit like the voice of your counterpart. Like it's like you're feeling this coming from them, but what we're getting is that flowers gain more vibrant colors. Whatever you're hearing in your mind is not the energy that they hold towards you or about you in any regard. Normally this card is light, but in this context, really, it's of the feeling of being exposed. Like that's a little bit why you've been isolating, is feeling a little bit like whatever you're carrying, it just kind of, it bubbles up and comes out in really unexpected ways, because essentially you're holding a distortion within you that's not meant for you to carry this way. And so part of why you've been away from people, and even a sense you've cut yourself off a little bit from the energy of your connection. You might have been, whereas you were having a lot of dreams before and you were connecting with your twin flame and you felt open energetically to them, there's a little bit of a closing off. and that whatever this thing is that you're holding with you, it's time to allow yourself to let go a little bit of the feeling that you have around it, because it's not serving you. It's not serving anything about anything. It's not something you're meant to carry. You're looking at it through a lens that isn't quite the truth of the matter. So your twin flame guide spirit, it's asking you to allow yourself to let it go. Let's get the healing cards here and just take a deeper look at and where we can go from here, because this is a tough energy to be in. I do get the sense also with the Queen of Cups energy here, you kind of, I think you may on some level know that what you are carrying is a little bit distorted, but it's that feeling that it's like so deep that you don't even care anymore, like that it is, like it just feels like you're having trouble finding your way out of it a little bit. If you are dealing with something, I do want to say, with like a deep depression, or you're having a great deal of mental anguish, I do want to encourage you to reach out and get, yeah, that's exactly what this card is. Like within this deck, hole in the soul is depression, anxiety. It's a deeper feeling that, you know, once you're in it, you may know all day long what it is that you're in, but knowing is only part of it. It's something that you have to, that you may need a little extra help getting through, and that's okay, all right? And we're gonna leave that there. Just know that it's okay to reach out and that there are people who support you and want to help you, all right? And it will go beyond what we're doing here. This is just a general reading, but there is help for you out there, so don't hesitate to reach out to people. But have faith is coming up here, and that's your twin soul coming out and being like, you know, I'm still here, and they want you to know that even though you can't connect right now, and that's okay, they're always there for you. Family and tribe also, there are people in your life who do not hold this feeling that you seem to hold for yourself about whatever it is that happened. There's a lot of love and support around you, spiritually, familially. Whatever it is that's going on, it may be happening within the family also, and that can be a very hard thing to deal with, especially if you're feeling a little bit on the outside of something, or if there's been a falling out somewhere. You know, there's just something that's cut off energetically on either side, both spiritual and with the people in your life. What can we show you about you right now that will help? I mean, I don't think in a general reading we can turn this around for you. Again, we're looking at peripheries. We're looking at collective energy. We are looking at just the bit of it, but home is coming through here. This is a call to come back to people and warmth. You may be looking at the people outside of you who you saw in a different light. Part of the distortion coming through now is that you are seeing them in a different light through this as well. What's being asked in Have Faith too is that remember that the people around you are also multifaceted beings. They carry light and distortions within themselves too. And you may be going through something very hard, but what's coming through here is that you're meant to go through it together. And if you needed some time away, that's okay. But what we're getting here is that now it's time to go back. Field of Dreams. Follow the leader. And these messages are meant to be gentle. So I do know that there are a lot of family dynamics out there that can be very difficult. And again, you will know innately if that part of the message is for you or not. But that if you're feeling very cut off and you are missing people right now, but it just makes you feel maybe sad, or there's a heaviness around them, there may be more there, that like a kind of bridging that can happen. Field of Dreams is here. There's a gathering here, and that there is some healing that can be done for some of you that, will help resolve some of the energies and the feelings lingering around this. Follow the leader, number 40. So we have the number 4 here coming up. Underneath family, there's stability here still. It's like a disturbance. Like the energy I'm getting in this situation is that something happened. It was like a stone that dropped into a very still pool of water. It's like nothing was moving for a long, long time. And there were feelings on the surface by all parties that were not being addressed. Something happened and now it's all opening up. And I think the part that you might be avoiding right now is confronting that, like what is opening up, because it's unfamiliar and now none of you really know how to move forward. So because this stillness, this pool that wasn't really moving, was where there were a lot of things that were kind of hiding under surface, and this happens a lot. We're actually living in a time right now. This is why this message is collective, because this is something that's happening within a lot of families right now. There are a lot of things outside of us that are moving us all in very different ways, and what we thought was on the outside is suddenly getting very, very close. There's a lot happening out there that is bringing up different pieces, distortions, secrets. It's bringing up a lot of things, but the reminder today, and have faith, is that part of why you connected with your twin flame, this may have happened within a certain amount of years, and what happened here, bringing it back to the connection, is that part of the timing of when and how you connected with your twin flame was actually in part to guide you through this piece. Because there's a lot of collective energy, a lot of collective things happening out there that, again, is coming very, very close. That ripple and that cracking and that fracturing has happened, and now everything is coming up. And so for a while, you've been a little bit in a bubble, maybe working energetically within your connection, and that was all guided and true to what you needed to do at the time in order to cope. And now, what we're seeing here is that this connection, if you leave what feels like very much an energetic space, a home, somewhere where we have the eggs here, you isolate and insulate a little bit, it's time for these, like you see, it's time to kind of come out, like they're hatching almost. And that the result of what you have been doing has been guided, and that you're actually, in a sense, in a place where you can facilitate some kind of bridging and communication. It's not on you to heal the whole family, to heal what happened, to heal the people, to heal it all. But it is for you to know at some point that it is not something that you need to carry forever. This is coming up so that there can be some degree of light or communication through it. Light shed or a bridge. Follow the leader. You'll know your way along the way. And the key, I think, is to find that center with you when you work with your counterpart's energy and you feel that stillness, that thread of guidance when things are calm and you're at home and you're in your sacred space and you're working and you feel them. They're letting you know that they're still here, even if you move out into a place that is fractured, that's feeling less healed, that's feeling tumultuous and heavy and unfamiliar. It's like you're looking at all these faces and they look completely different on the other side of this thing. But what we have here is that they are also home. And there's love here, and that there's something happening through this that is very deep, and it's part of your journey. It's very easy, like when we get into the spiritual spaces with our counterpart and we're working on raising our frequency and raising our vibration, and we're doing that lovely, beautiful, like love bubble work that is energetic. it feels very much like your world becomes separate, because then you have that and then you have what's outside of it. And what's outside of it can feel sharp, heavy, distorted. It doesn't match. It's not right. But what it is, what we're being guided towards today, is that it actually is. And all of the things that you work on as a twin flame, not only with your counterpart, but who you are. It's not that just you have a twin flame counterpart. You are a twin flame. You are also a piece of what it is that you feel, and it is carried inside of you profoundly. And so when you remember that about yourself, and you carry that back into where there is trauma, distortion, spirit, I don't believe ever guides us to hide away forever. It may guide us on where to go and when to move, and that you don't have to stay somewhere forever, but often it's the feeling. Often you are still within people and places and tribes and connections that are still there, and that you come back to through your spiritual journey and your work. You come back to it all with a different perspective. It's like the blinders come off and you see it all in a different way. But right now the blinders are still just a little bit distorted. But I think if you can allow yourself to bring them down a little bit, the clarity that you will bring to this will be absolutely stunning. And it can also be gentle. It doesn't have to be heavy-handed or a lot. But that if you can stay connected to that thread that you share within the counterpart connection that you feel spiritually, you'll carry it into this as well. Can we get a further message from the counterpart in this? What do they have to say? That came out, I guess it doesn't matter either way. I think it originally came out this way, but I flipped it, but we'll read it both ways. So we have balance either way. The 8 of Wands reversed. The Lovers, beautiful. Okay. Be willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. Emotional sensitivity. Honor and respect your deep sensitivity, as is it a gift. It is a gift to us all. And Earth Angel, you are a light worker who has come to Earth to teach about love. Beautiful. That's coming up over the lovers. And this is definitely a beautiful message for twin flames, that as a twin flame, your capacity to love is incredibly deep. Like a twin flame's capacity to love often traverses time, space. It's a love that most people don't really understand. And it also, when you allow it to, can move out in such profound ways into situations where you think that it may not be able to, because again, there's that separation happening. It's like there's this which feels good, there's this that does not feel good. Somehow it doesn't match and something is wrong. While there may be something heavy going on that's hard, it's sad, there may be some kind of a trauma here familially, that it is not an accident. There is something here that feels unbalanced, but that you're guided to bring balance to. Remember that this card kind of, it came out upside down and then it came out that way and I wasn't sure. And it's like we're kind of doing both things. Like you can acknowledge that something is heavier, that it's awful, that it's something that nobody should have to go through or want to go through, that you may have never even imagined going through, whatever it is that you and your people are going through now. But that's kind of the thing when you're learning spiritually, you're opening spiritually, you're doing that work. Twin flames also, by the way, are, you know, often guided to work through duality. So it is that finding that balance between, you know, the thing that is going on that's heavy and what lies beneath it, in terms of how you are able to reach both like the depths within yourself and others. We have to be willing to forgive. And I do feel like, again, whatever you're carrying, you're not meant to carry it the way that you are now. And you know, I think that as we have emotional sensitivity, you tend to, maybe what's going on here is there could be some people who you see who maybe are not able to carry things to the emotional depth that you are, and there's an energy here of almost carrying it for them. And that may be part of what happens as an empathetic being, but it's not the end result. It's not where you're meant to stay. Rather, it is actually a facet of your gift that allows you to transmute it into something higher. Like sometimes when people can't reach that depth of experience or emotion, like whatever it is that's happened, I feel like you're carrying it in a way that you feel like other people simply cannot and are not. And that's where there's this root of shame or not being able to forgive yourself for other people. It's all coming from this inability and this kind of cut off nature of what you're seeing and what could be maybe one or a couple of the people around you. But what we're getting with the Eight of Wands is that that's not something that you're meant to take with you. It's reversed now. It's turned upside down, and this is kind of moving that kind of out of you. You see with the Lovers here, if we put these cards together, we have the whole and the soul here. We have family and tribe here. And what the connection is allowing you to do now, if you're able to work energetically, often my readings assume some level of knowledge and energy work. If not, that part might not be for you just now, and that's okay. But for those of you who do, if you're able to work energetically within your connection, this is something that can help you kind of move that out and get that peace, like to create distance, because that piece of it, that shame and that guilt, is not you. It's not your heart, and it's certainly nothing that you did in this situation. And I feel like that's something that you need to hear. This was not caused by either something you did or did not do. Sometimes there are circumstances beyond your control. But what we're getting here with the emotional sensitivity, honor and respect your deep sensitivity, as it is a gift for us all. If you have taken that on yourself, it's okay to let it go, and you can transmute that. You are a light worker who has come to earth to teach about love, and that's who you are in this. It's your counterpart, and it's the connection, but also remember, what I always want my twin flames who end up here to remember is that not only do you have a twin flame, you are a twin flame. You are this. This is your soul. And however it translates through you is something that it's what you do through it. And I do get the sense with the energies we're dealing here today that this is a very highly evolved group. I'm not worried about you. I think you're going to be okay. But, you know, it was a little bit of a heavier message today. And to just know and be aware, too, that if you need some kind of help, even if it's just talking to a friend, just allow yourself to open up a little bit. And with the emotional sensitivity, I do get that you're a little bit of a raw nerve right now, and that may feel a little bit scary. But trust me, if you can, you know, just connect with somebody about whatever it is that you're going through, it could be professional help, or it could, again, even be a listening ear. Just start by allowing yourself to let it hit the air and talk about it out loud. Some of the energy work we do is that inner kind of stuff. Some of it is just moving it outside of us with words. And on that, I'm gonna pull a final row for final guidance, and then we'll get the book. So here we go, final guidance for our twin flames today. And then we'll read a passage from the House of Seven Gables. Thank you for sticking with me if you did. I know this was a tougher message today. natural abundance, interconnection. Life, beautiful. Your counterpart is coming through to remind you again of that connection. They're always there with you. You are never alone in any of it. And that you are in this to the extent that you can be. And remember that this is gentle. There's no expectation of what you do from here. Spirit simply comes through and offers a suggestion, and you can take it or leave it, and either way is fine. But that if you do feel open and that this piece is for you, you are able to be a connecting piece. We have the 2 cats here and then the 1 with life, the 3rd eye. Remember that you are guided, and that the interconnection, when you come back to that thread of connection, that peace you feel when you are alone, when you're in your own energy, when you're in the energy of your counterpart, and you feel that, that is something that you carry with you everywhere. You are a connecting piece wherever you go. You are this energy. It's not just something you have or that you open to or that is connected to another person or being or energy. It is who you are. And that no matter what you do, you will be guided in this. You are protected and you are loved. And there is so much love, even though you're dealing with something right now that is hard for all of you. There is so much love here as well. And Spirit just wanted to remind you. So here we go. The House of 7 Gables. What message do we have from Nathaniel Hawthorne? Does he have a message for our twin flames today? We linger too long, no doubt, beside this paltry rivulet of life that flows through the garden of the Pincian house. But we deem it pardonable to record these mean incidents and poor delights because they proved so greatly to Clifford's benefit. They had the earth smell in them and contributed to give him health and substance. Some of his occupations wrought less desirably upon him. He had a singular propensity, for example, to hang over Mall's well and look at the constantly shifting phantasmagoria of figures produced by the agitation of the water over the mosaic work of the colored pebbles at the bottom. Wow. He said the faces looked upward to him there, beautiful faces arrayed in bewitching smiles, each momentary face so fair and rosy, and every smile so sunny that he felt wronged at its departure, until the same flitting witchcraft made a new one. But sometimes he would suddenly cry out, "The dark face gazes at me," and be miserable the whole day afterwards. Phoebe, when she hung over the fountain by Clifford's side, could see nothing at all of this, neither the beauty nor the ugliness, but only the colored pebbles, looking as if the gush of the water shook and disarranged them. And the dark face that so troubled Clifford was no more than the shadow thrown from a branch of one of the damson trees, and breaking the inner light of Mall's well. The truth was, however, that his fancy, reviving faster than his will and judgment, and always stronger than they, created shapes of a loveliness that were symbolic of his native character, and now and then a stern and dreadful shape that typified his fate. Wow. So we have again that message, the still pool that was disrupted was the message that Hawthorne came through his writing. If there's an image you can take, if there's something here to bring with you, it's that sometimes still waters are not always holding what the surface shows. There's a lot underneath that has to come up. And I think for you, there are things coming up now in you, the people around you, that feel heavy a lot, that you are seeing faces in new ways. It's going to shape you. There's no way around it. Whatever happened is shaping you all. But that there is a thread, a beautiful thread that takes you and carries you through this. And It's something that informs you through this, and it came for you just in time. You opened to this in a way to bring back to this situation what you're learning within yourself and about yourself now. And, you know, I don't see yourself sitting kind of from a pulpit and preaching to people. Rather, there is a gentleness to you and an inner wisdom and a knowing that guides you. You are a greater communicator in this than you're able to see, and that you have free will. You can do whatever you feel you need to do to protect yourself now, and that is okay. Spirit will never push you. But that if you can believe in yourself, if you do believe in yourself, know that you have the ability to, at least in some ways, bridge through what's happening now. And again, it is reflective of not only what's happening within your family or your community or group of people right now, but it's something a lot bigger. And it may have felt on the outside for a while, but it's come in big ways. And now Spirit is coming in to let you be aware that you are more than equipped to find your way through it. It loves you. It will never abandon you. And there are people who love you and are waiting for you too. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I appreciate your time, and I will talk to you later. Bye.